What up, homeboys? Today I'm gonna break down the best, the fastest, the easiest way, the route on how to get your pre-raid besting slot in Cataclysm, okay? The best start. The process is gonna start as soon as Cataclysm launches. We're gonna be level 80 and we're gonna have to work our way up even then, okay? What you gotta do first of all is quest in the Cataclysm zones. You gotta hit friendly with every Cataclysm reputation. You got so many reputations. The Earthen Ring, Rank Cahen, the Wildhammer Clan, or if you're Alliance, I guess the Dwarf people. I got a super old reputation guide right here if you want to check it out. Please do not cringe at me, this is old. But the point is you gotta hit friendly with every reputation before you hit 85, okay? You can't just go into dungeons and grind your dungeons until you hit 85. The reason you wanna hit friendly is because you gotta hit friendly with the reputation of the zone you are in. If you're in Bashir, you gotta get the Earthen Ring, for example. Once you hit friendly, you're gonna be able to buy the tabard, the faction tabard. When you get this tabard, you can go to a dungeon, and every time you do a dungeon, you get a little bit of rep from it. So your leveling strategy is to do some quest, get friendly, either move on to the next zone, or if you cannot move to the next zone, you're gonna buy the tabard and you're gonna equip it, you're gonna grind dungeons until you can go to the next zone. As soon as you can go to the next zone, because you hit the level for it, you go there, you pick up the rep, you get friendly, buy the tabard over and over and over again. Of course, you can go back at 85 and pick it up and do the quest then, but like I think this is the fastest way to do it while you're leveling. So we bought all the tabards, we hit 85, we are friendly with everybody, that's great. Now our first goal is getting 329 item level. As soon as you get 329, you can actually go to heroics, and that's gonna render a lot of this process pointless. So you're gonna get the tabards, and you're gonna equip them, and you're gonna work to Honored, okay? Every faction has at least one item at Honored that you can use, and it has 333 item level. So if you keep farming normal dungeons, you're gonna keep getting your rep, you're gonna keep getting Honored with everybody. You get Honored with one, you swap the tabard, you go the next one, the next one, the next one, until you get about, depending on the spec, about 6 items worth of reputations. Normal dungeons drop a bunch of level 325, I believe, something like that, item level, so that's the normal drops, and the last boss usually drops a bunch of 333 item level items, so you can go for those two to supplement your grind. Sometimes you get lucky and you can skip a reputation because of that. There is also dungeon quest, for example, City of the Tallbeard, I know for a fact that one has it. You can just, at the start of the dungeon, there's a guy, you pick up the quest, you do it, and you get a free 333 item level again. Just focus on it, go to the auction house, buy a green if you have to, try to whack out all the lower items in your item level until you hit that sweet 329, okay, because this is when it speeds up. Once you get 329 item level, you can queue up for random heroics. Of course, pro tip right here, guys, if you got 4 homies, if you're in an organized guild or something and you wanna speed this up even more, you can actually just get 4 homies and go to the heroics and do them without LFT. That is gonna cost you a couple justice points in the long term, yes, but at the same time, that is gonna save you a lot of heartache, because you're gonna go, instead of farming 333 item levels, you're gonna be farming the higher item levels, and you're gonna hit the 329 even faster anyway, and you're gonna skip some of this grind. Either way, once you can queue for random heroics are not locked out, you can get 150 justice points, those are going to be important in a minute. You can get 150 justice points per run. I think the cap is 7 a week, so you can only get 7, and then you just do them for the loot and the rep. Because with heroic dungeons you can grind your reputation all the way to Exalted 2, but the justice points, okay? You can buy gear from justice points at the vendors. They are not great, but you can actually target whatever item is the lowest and buy that one first, so you can keep inflating your item level. The offhand, the bracers, those are good starts too. The cloak, because they are a little cheaper, so you can get you more bang for your buck doing that. But heroics can drop the blue 346 items. Those are really good. If your weapon drops from an heroic, I would probably try to focus on that one too at the start as fast as you can. But of course, it is way faster to start farming the 346 right away than going for the 333 and whatever and then going for that. So if you got the 4 homies, I think you're better off just starting on heroics. You get like 3 lucky drops and that's it, you don't have to do the 329 grind anymore. Once you can queue heroics for the LFD and the justice points, your main goal is to grind all your reputations to Exalted. Remember, in heroics you can grind all the way, not from revered like in normals, you can go all the way to Exalted on it. Every Exalted faction has at least 1, sometimes 2 items that you can get for your spec that are 359 item level epics. That is fantastic. That's what we gotta prioritize. Once you get all your reputations, which is gonna take quite a darn long time, there is not a lot you can do actually to keep pushing up your gear. There is some things, okay? First of all, you can do professions, archaeology, you can get the epic two-hander, for example. You can do blacksmithing, tailoring, what have you. Those are always gonna have like at least one item that is pre-raid vesting slot if that's your class, if you're using cloth or mail or whatever. There are also a couple rare BOEs that drop from heroic dungeons. Those are gonna go for a cachillion money in the auction house as soon as Cataclysm launches. That's probably not viable for you. If I were to find one of those, I would sell it. I wouldn't use it, but I guess you can do that if you want to swipe or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a cop. You can also work on your PvP set. There is a couple nice pieces there. Of course, the PvP set is kinda crap for PvE, unless if your tank is decent because it has a lot of stamina. But the good thing about the PvP set is that it will inflate your item level regardless. You should also do the Tolbarad dailies, that's the new battleground, the Winter Grasp equivalent, because you can get an epic trinket right there that is going to be best in slot for a lot of specs for the whole tier, so it's amazing. As a matter of fact, if you win Tolbarad and you control Tolbarad, you can do a raid. I wouldn't call it a raid really, it's more like Ubers in vanilla, you know, it's like a 10-man that is pretty easy, it's designed to be pogged, it's designed to be done by PvP people, that's how it works. So you can go there, the Baradin Hold is called, and you can get a couple PvP design pieces that are still really good in PvE because they are item level 365, so they are gonna be better than anything else you can get really. And that's yet another way you can work your way up to hit that higher item level. I like describing the Cataclysm getting process as whack-a-mole because what you're really doing is you grab a mallet and you see whatever item level is the lowest on you. I got a crappy ring, whack-a-mole, I'm gonna do this dungeon, I'm gonna do this reputation. And you just work from the lowest item level to the second and then on and on and on. You always fix the weakest link first, and that's the fastest way to inflate your item level. Going from 340 item level to 359 is not a huge deal. Going from 320 item level to 359, that's humongous for your item level average. And if you go through the process and you do all these steps that I told you, you should have no problem getting at least 350 item level by week 2. Of course, pushing all the way to 365 is quite impossible. There is not a lot of items that are 365 anyway, besides from the raids. So it is quite an undertaking to get really that much farther than 350. Really, 359 is still really hard. That would take me in pretty much pre-raid vesting slot to hit that. But let me tell you, if by week 2 you already are 350 item level, you're gonna be really ahead of your average pogger, okay? The only people that are gonna be ahead of you are a couple people that got really lucky in Tolbarad, people that got really lucky in Throne of the Four Winds, or people that are actually properly raiding at that point. So if you wanna pog at 350 week 2, you're gonna be really desirable. I really like your chances, guys. Subscribe, leave a like, join the Discord, and thank you for watching. Help me.